All right, guys, so let's get into this back workout here that I did the other day. Um, I always start off every back workout with some form of a lat pull down. It's just something that I've always did in all the years I've trained. In this workout today, I used a straight bar, and I'll probably use the straight bar for another like maybe 2 or 3 weeks, and then what I'll do is I'll switch up the grip to something else, probably something with a parallel grip. But with the lat pull downs, I always try to shoot for 12 to 15 reps on a set. If you're younger, I'm actually 48. If you're a younger, if you're a late teen, 20s, you can probably use heavier weight and go with less reps, probably somewhere between, when I was that age, I used like 6 to 10 reps. But now at my advanced age, if you will, I like to stick to 12 to 15. I also like to feel the weight. I want to pick a weight that I can feel my muscles working. I want to feel the lats stretching and contracting, and I want to feel that burn. You don't want to ego lift with something like this. You want to pick a weight where you can keep your form in check and you can feel the movement working. You don't just want to throw like 200 pounds on the lat pull down machine and just start yanking it down. You want to keep everything, the form intact, and be able to feel all the muscles working and things like that. Now, this is my second warm-up set. I actually usually do several warm-up sets, honestly, because it just takes me sometimes a long time to warm up. And then what I'll usually do is, this is actually what I'll call my first working set. I usually do somewhere between 3 to 4 sets of an exercise after I've warmed up. And usually even on my second exercise, I might do another 1 or 2 warm-up sets just to kind of get the feel of that movement. But that's usually what I stick with, anywhere between 3 to 4 sets. You can, of course, do less. You can do 2. You can do more. It's really up to you. The whole point is that, you want to do what works best for you and what your body feels. Like for me, 3 to 4 sets usually. After that 4th set on an exercise, that body part is usually pretty destroyed, and I'm ready to move on to the next thing. Now, one thing I will say about today is I really didn't feel strong today. I'm sure many of you out there who watch this probably understand that. There's a time where you can come into the gym and you feel amazing, and you start lifting the weights and they feel way heavier than they should, and you just feel weak. And there are times the opposite happens. Today was one of those days where I felt pretty good, but everything just felt really heavy. So on days like today, I really just listen to my body, which has taken me a long time to do, where I'll listen to my body and go as much as I can, do as much as I can. So that last set with 170 was kind of heavy, but I decided to go up and do one more set of 175. This was a heavy set for me. I think usually I'm doing around like 180, 185. But today I stopped at 175. Now, it is okay on your last few reps if, the form breaks down a little bit. You don't want it to be a complete breakdown, but if it breaks down a little bit, that's okay. You are hitting the point of getting close to muscular failure, and, you're just trying to kind of eke out that last bit of stimulation on the muscle as you can, and that's kind of what I did here. On back day, my second exercise after lat pull downs is always some kind of row. I'll either do, like you see here, a chest supported row. I'll do a seated cable row. I do have a machine in the background. You might not be able to see it, but I do have a chest supported row as well. I do not do barbell rows anymore. I used to do them when I was, teens, 20s, even into the 30s, but I don't do them anymore now. My whole goal right now is to keep my lower back healthy. However, if you are a teen or in your 20s, you cannot beat the barbell row. That will blast your back and grow your back like nothing else. So definitely concentrate on the rowing if you're younger. Dumbbell rows, barbell rows, seated cable rows, and you can go heavy on those as well, 6 to 10 reps. Like I said, I like to stick around, 12 to 15 reps. And like I said, I really like to feel the muscles working, and that's my goal now at my current age. But if you're younger, hammer it. Now, in today's workout, I decided to use this chest supported row. I actually like using this movement. I didn't start doing this movement to some time quite recently, probably within like the last year, and I really like it. The first time I ever did this, my lats and my rear delts were absolutely fried. I had a massive pump when I did this, so I have kept this one in the rotation in my program. However, I'm thinking that in the future, I might use this one as like a third exercise, or maybe even a finisher exercise, and really concentrate on, when it gets to the top there, like taking a second to squeeze and then lower the weight down. This is a good power movement, but you're kind of limited to how much weight you have as far as like dumbbells and things like that. So I think I prefer using like a seated cable row, or maybe even my machine row. But if you're at a commercial gym, I'm sure there are tons of row machines to use. So I'm just limited to what I have in my little setup here. All right, so after rowing, I have started to do a lot of reverse grip movements, primarily reverse grip pull down movements. When you do a reverse grip pull down or reverse grip row with your palms facing up, that works more of your lower lat area, and that's kind of what I've been trying to focus on. I think that is kind of something that's been lagging on my back, and that's why I've been doing a lot of reverse grip pull downs. This is actually the first time I used a straight grip on this in forever. I do have an actual attachment that makes it a lot easier to do a reverse grip pull down, but I've been using it for a lot of weeks in a row, and I could tell that I wasn't getting the effects anymore by using it, so I decided to use this. I have absolutely terrible my wrists. I have terrible flexibility in my wrists, and I was basically holding onto this bar with my 4 fingers, and that was it. So I really didn't want to go up a lot in weight on this one. If you decide to do one of these reverse grip lat pull downs, remember to keep the weight kind of low. You want to feel this in your back and not your biceps. And that's basically what I did here. I only did 3 sets of this, and I was really trying to concentrate on feeling this in my lower lat area and not trying to feel this in my biceps. All right, and the last exercise I used for this back workout, I love this exercise. This is a rope cable pullover. I think it's called other things, but that's what I call it. This movement absolutely destroys my lats. Every time I do this, I usually do this at the end of my workout. It feels like my lats are going to tear out of my skin. I like to use the rope. However, you can use a straight bar or some other attachments if you want. I feel like when I use the straight bar, I get a lot of pain in my shoulder when I use the straight bar, and I also feel that it engages my triceps more. You don't want to do this with a straight arm. As you can see in the video here, I kind of have a slight bend in my elbow. You really want to feel the lats pulling this down into your thigh area, your quad area, and letting your body slowly let the weight back up. This will fry you. After this set here I did of 70s, the 70 pounds here, I swear it felt like my lats were going to just tear out of my skin. I had such a pump in my lat, and that's why I love to finish with this one. Now, you can also do this with a dumbbell, a dumbbell pullover. I used to do that all the time when I was in my teens and my 20s. Now I have some shoulder issues and I can't do it anymore. But if you wanted to do that version, you could do that as well. That works equally as well. But I personally love this version of the rope pullover, rope cable pullover. All right, now I have no idea why I decided to do a final set here of 70. The last set I did, like I said, it fried my lats. But what I did do here is I did incorporate what they call myo reps. This used to be called, back in my day, it used to be called rest pause. But basically, you do as many reps as you can. So I got about 10 reps, and then you let go of the rope. You let the weight go. You put the weight down. Maybe rest for 10 to 15 seconds, and then you grab it again and you do as many as you can until you hit failure. And that's kind of what I did here. I got 10 clean reps and then put the weight down, walked away for like 10, 15 seconds, grabbed it again and got another 3 out of it. And I was done after this. I called it quits. But anyway, that was my back workout for this week. I really appreciate you guys watching this one. Please like, subscribe, and comment. I'd be happy to answer any questions that you have. I am going to start putting more videos up. I've been lifting for 33 years. I have a real passion for weightlifting, and I don't know, come to the point where I feel like, I can probably help some people out that may need it. And like I said, if you have any questions, let me know and I'd be happy to answer them. But anyway, thanks a lot for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.